nice of you to join us today on At Home. We're going to be departing for the next couple of weeks from our normal format of cooking and baking and those types of things to bring you some very interesting programs that will help you get started to think about holiday projects. And we have, in the next couple of weeks, some ladies who have come from the LeeWards Company, and they have some really interesting things that you can get started with right now so you don't feel any pressure. You'll have plenty of time to get them done before the holidays get here. And they're fun things, neat things. And my first guest is a lady who has been with LeeWards for a few years now, but she was a legal secretary. You don't think that ladies that work in craft shops would be interested in the legal profession, but she was. And she's going to be with us in just a few minutes. Get ready, get set. We're going to go with these projects. We'll be right back after this message. Here's today's at-home hint. When sending home-baked goodies as gifts, write the recipe on the back of an old greeting card illustration.
If you have an at-home hint, a favorite recipe, or just a friendly greeting you'd like to share, we'd like to hear from you. Post it in the comments of this video or visit our Facebook page.
And here's my very special guest, Lynn Bonacci. Nice to have you, Lynn.
Nice
Good to see you. You were with us when we did our Christmas show last December, weren't you?
Right.
And we had a good time. You brought all that was it
mop dolls we
mop
did.
dolls.
Right.
And we had so many requests, and we thought, getting ready for the holidays, why not go back to the source that we used at Christmas last year?
Well, we're glad you did.
Yes. Okay, tell me, what do you have planned here?
We have an idea called a convertible wreath. Okay.
Convertible wreath. Does that mean the roof comes down? Probably not, I guess, right?
The point of it is that you don't have to keep buying wreaths over and over again. You can make a simple decoration to go on top of them.
Wonderful.
Okay, so,
and in other words, you'd use the same base,
right,
but you just keep changing the look of it for every season.
Right. So if
that's
you notice,
a great
we
idea.
have no hot glue gun here, which we had the last time, and we use for a lot of projects, because everything here will be temporary, so that this can be changed. So I have this one already completed, and this is a basic fall wreath. Okay.
And these are like, they almost feel real.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Are they straw?
They're a fabric. They refer to them as silk flowers, but they're different types of fabrics that they use. Okay.
And the ribbon is a fall ribbon.
Right,
that goes
a fall
with it.
ribbon, and this is just a very basic fall design. Fall leaves on the ribbon, fall flowers, kind of non-committal as far as any holidays are concerned.
Now, when would you start to put this out?
Usually like in September.
Towards the end of September, when it starts to be fall, right?
Right.
And these are all fall flowers. The colors are very beautiful.
Right, and the craft stores always have these in advance. They're months ahead of the season.
LeeWards has loads, and they are one of the best suppliers of this type of articles. It's great. Okay, so then the next season that you would start with would be what?
Right, you can simply change this from just a fall wreath to a Halloween wreath. Okay. And you can get these little characters anywhere. This is a little witch on a pick, and it's already got wire in it. And we have a styrofoam block underneath here, so you can just poke her right in.
Ah, I see. Let me hold. Okay. Hold it for you.
Poke her right in there.
Okay.
And she can be bent in any direction. So
you would keep the base, but you would just keep adding to it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. And we've got a little scarecrow over here. You can stick him in. Yeah. He's kind of long. We can just put him like.
And you know, really, then after that holiday is over.
Right, so this hangs on your door before Halloween, and then after the season, these come right back out.
The thing that I found, I like the wreath look because I have a country type home. But where do you store? Every time you change it, and then you have nice, beautiful things that you want to store, and you don't want these to go flat. So you have to find the boxes, and you're carting them up. And really, you could almost change it monthly.
Right.
You really could. So this will save so much time, so much money,
right,
and creative ideas.
The little things that we're going to add and subtract here to change the seasons could really fit in a shoebox, so that would save space and,
that's wonderful.
And save time. So then after Halloween, we'll take our little witch out.
Now this fabric, could this stand the weather? Do you know if this is indoor or outdoor?
This is really, this particular ribbon, I would say, works better indoors because it has, it's treated with a type of chemical for a stiffening quality.
Yes, it is.
So it makes up a nice stiff bow. So it's better to be indoors. And most of the time, the silk flowers, some of them can stand up outside, you know, to the weather, but most of the time they're better. They work better indoors.
Let me ask you before we go on. For the base, approximately what would this grapevine wreath cost, just for the base?
They run anywhere from $3.99 to $5.99.
According to the size that you want.
And depending on where you get them, yeah.
And is this stuff hard to work with? I mean, are they pretty round in their shape, or do you have to shape them?
It's kind of like you have to go through all of them and find them, because a lot of times, like you can see, here's little ones poking up over here. Some are wrapped real tight, some are wrapped real loose.
But I like the flatness of it because it makes a flatter base to work with.
Right.
If they're real round and bulky.
And the flatter you keep this part is a little high on this particular wreath, but the flatter you keep the design, the better it works between a screen door and your heavy door, because a lot of times you'll make this big full wreath and then it won't fit. Right, so you can stay a little flatter with your design if you're going to put them between the two doors.
It's great. Okay, so we've gone through Halloween. Now let's go to
so if we want to go to Thanksgiving.
Okay,
we've got all kinds of little berry picks, and these range in price anywhere from 59 to 99 cents. And we've got apples and pears and little berry clusters with pine cones. And you simply, like I said, they've got the wire on them already, and
and look at the difference.
These go
incredible.
In any direction. And you can add wire to them if you want to make them longer, so they come out at different parts of the wreath. Okay, so he can be coming out down here, and always give a little bend to your leaves so it looks a little more natural, right? Like you just wouldn't want to stick that in. You can take this and bend each leaf out. You can separate the berries just so it looks a little more realistic. And this again
That's
can
a
go
very good point you just made, because a lot of people, now see, if it were me, I would take this and stick it in there and think, why doesn't that look as nice as someone else's? But it does take the time just to open them out, because you wouldn't see berries like that. You'd see them opened out.
You have to think in your mind of what the real thing looks like, the real flowers, the real berries, and put just a little bend and a little curve.
Then they don't look straight out. And so
we've got a floral designer at our store who, if you don't put a bend or a curve in your flower, you're in trouble.
Now, where would you put something like this? Now this is nice because it has everything on it. You've got the berries. And what are these, like little cherries or something? What's this supposed to be?
Like crab apples, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I'm not certain, but that's what
And then the leaf
resemble.
and the pine cone.
Right, and you can, a lot of times, since they do have bendable wire, if you want to extend them further, you know, you can
go the whole way around.
Right, you can twist the wire around parts of the grapevine so that they're not hidden in the design.
It also gives a complete new dimension because it extends it and changes the look totally.
Right, you can go, you know, all the way around either side or cover the whole thing.
Think of the money that you save too by just adding a few little things, not a whole lot of expense at any particular time.
Right, and these additives, like I said, are small and easy to take out and put back in and easy to store.
Sure, great. Okay, so then that would be the fall. Mostly the fall, Thanksgiving. Now what would we do?
Now we're going to show you how we're just going to take this apart, and you and I together will build a Christmas wreath. Okay.
We're going to build you're asking me to help with a Christmas wreath.
It's simple.
Actually, you know, I have to tell you, while you're taking that apart. Last year, I went to, after you were on the program with us, I went to LeeWards because we had some remodeling done in our home, and I had new windows put in, and I had to change all of my decorations. And I went to LeeWards and I bought 12 grapevine wreaths, and I made Christmas wreaths. And I did the calico ribbon around them, and I did some little teddy bears I made out of some kind of a cinnamon and applesauce type of a dough. And honest, they look so nice because they were all the same. And everybody commented on how nice they looked. Put a little light under them, a little candle or something, and every window looked identical.
Wow,
and I was really proud
idea.
of myself because I'm wild with the hot glue gun. I want you to know that. I mean, I can glue anything with that gun.
I usually don't pick up one without being burned. So,
really?
Yeah.
Well, now they have the kind that you don't get burned.
Right, it's called a low melt gun.
Right.
That's the
a
one
little
I have
better
now.
And you kind of get burnt so many times without it having an effect on you.
I just wanted to show you that this was all nothing glued. This was just a piece of thin floral wire, which comes in stems or on a paddle.
Oh, okay.
Like so, and there's a ton of it on here, so you can get a lot of projects out of that. And this is simply tied around a piece of the wreath.
To get it started.
Right.
Huh?
And this is on a styrofoam block.
Like
and we
this,
have,
right?
And we have a piece of wire here, so this whole thing just got wired right around there.
So when you take that off, that's ready for the next fall.
Right.
That's
That's
great.
a lot smaller box to store this piece in, because these can be, you can, throw this in a garbage bag in the attic or whatever, so just a smaller box, maybe even a shirt box.
I can even see this in the center of a dining room table with a nice big candle.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these are so
cover.
versatile.
Yeah, they are.
So many ideas.
Okay. We'll take all our fall stuff out of the way here.
Right.
Okay, now we'll start our Christmas wreath.
Sure. Okay.
And we start with just floral foam or Sahara. Okay, and it's sold in packages like this, so you can get smaller pieces, rounded pieces, depending on your project.
Different shapes. But you've cut that in half,
right? Because it was a little high for the wreath, and it was definitely too long.
How do you decide if it's too high? Like, how do you know how high it should be?
Well, when I put it here, I have to figure it's going to be here, and then we're going to have Spanish moss on it, and then flowers. So you'd get up.
Be too much.
Yeah, way too high.
And I guess you can pare this down with this knife. Is that what you do?
Right. That's the
good idea.
real simple to cut it with just a serrated steak knife to make it to the size you want. Okay. And so you start with that, and what I did in making this wreath is I just picked a section of a wreath that I wanted to cover, and all I did when I was doing the project is set it there. Okay, I think we were on this side, a little wider.
Okay.
Just set it there so that you get the idea of how far. It's a little hard to do the design down here without having the wreath in the background. So I set him there, found a spot that I was going to do. Okay, and this is called Spanish moss.
Okay.
Okay, and it's sold in packages like
that's
this.
That's what this is right here, right? It's not very expensive, $1 something for a... And that's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot because you just pull out a little bit like this. Tear it. It can be kind of messy, though.
Yeah.
Okay, and you just kind of stretch it out just so you're covering the green.
Because you don't want this to be showing.
Right.
Okay. Until you said I have a styrofoam block on it, I didn't know you had one there. I'm thinking, what are they all? How are they all sticking in? I mean, what are they holding on to that wreath?
If you're making a different kind of wreath, I mean, you can just take the flower and hot glue it right onto the wreath itself.
But it's a permanent thing.
That's permanent, right?
But we want to change this in every season, so this is good.
Especially for a busy person who doesn't have time to reconstruct a whole nother one, and then the expense of it too.
That's right.
So you're just kind of forming that around there, and then if you want to grab some pins there, these are called craft pins, and
these
are sold like that.
Yeah, and these are they almost look like a like a
hairpin or
paper clip that's been opened.
Right.
It's two prongs there.
Right.
Okay.
And you just grab one of those.
Put this in here
and stab it in there.
This holds it, huh?
Holds it on in different
Now I have
sections.
to tell you, I'm not the greatest craft person in the world because I don't have time. I like to do it if I had time. And you have challenged me, even like on our Christmas program, you really did. But you'll have to lead me totally through this because I have no idea what you're going to do here.
Okay.
Is that enough on there now?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe one more right there.
One more right there. Watch your finger. Okay.
Okay. Alrighty, we'll push all this out of the way.
Now, when you start to do you have a design in your mind of what you're going to do?
Sometimes.
Sometimes just
I
evolves once
picture
you get
it,
started.
and sometimes I just pick the flowers that I like and go from there.
Okay.
Okay, and this, like I said, we want to set it on the wreath so we get some idea of the circumference and how far out we want to go.
Okay.
And you can make this, that one was up the side and down a little bit. Now you can make this, you decide, you tell me how you want to do it. Yeah, you can do it like this so it comes out, it comes up
let's do one like this would be the bottom and it would come up this way.
Okay.
What would you call that style? Is there a particular name
I
for
don't know
that?
if there really is names for them.
I like that look though.
Okay.
Something different.
Then that's what we'll do. That'll be the bottom of our wreath.
Okay.
Okay. And you just want to keep in mind, we do have a bow made, which we'll put on later, but you want to keep in mind that you don't want to cover this whole thing because you do need a little bit of space for the bow.
But you would never put the bow up here, would you?
You could.
Could you?
You could. You could have your bow at the top and then your design down here.
Okay.
Up to, you know,
Just
it's up to
depends on what you
your
want.
personal
Okay.
choice, right. Okay. Now I picked for us today this floral bush simply because it's real bright.
Yeah,
and
it's pretty too.
This is a nice way to go because it has the flowers, it has a lot of greens on it, and then it's got these little balls on it,
Berries.
the little berry sprays. So
Is the camera seeing that, Larry? Okay.
It's kind of got
It's
all
very
three.
full too.
Right.
It's very
right.
full. And the pine, the little sprigs of pine here, which are nice too, because that adds another dimension of the
Right,
greens.
right. And most of the time, yeah, these do have a little bit of wire in them, so you can again bend them
What
and
would
shape them.
Something like this run.
I
about?
think that bush was either $9.99 or $12.99.
Okay. Not bad. There's a lot here to
Right.
work with.
Right.
Now
And
you
there's-
wouldn't put all of this
no,
on here,
there's
right?
more there than we'll
you
use
need.
today, right.
Okay, so now what do we do?
Okay, so now I'm going to pick up your wire cutters there.
Why do I have to do this? You know I'm not the greatest person in the world for this.
Okay, and you don't want to cut way down here because if you need a flower to come up
Sure.
here, you need a longer piece
Long
of
stem.
wire. So you want to pull one of these apart and cut down as far as you can there. I'll get my hands out of the way just in
Yeah,
case.
please. You need a nail trim? I'm good with these. Manicures on the
Okay.
side.
So that's all you do. You want to cut those apart and
Okay.
we'll be ready to go.
Take these. Now, how many flowers like this would you put? I mean, I know you would use more greens than you would use the big flower, probably, right?
Well, it all depends. We probably will use maybe 2 of the large flowers on each side because we're going to have some greens, some berries, and I have some other red berries.
Okay.
And so
would you
okay.
cut this whole thing apart? I mean, if you were doing this at home, or would
well,
you kind of leave it on the stem? Does it matter?
I would because I would eventually be using it in some
All of
other
it.
project. Right.
By the way, this cuts very easily, and these are great.
Yeah, they're a little worse for the wear, but
It's all right, they work.
Yep.
And as long as the tool works, who cares what it looks
That's
like,
right.
right? Okay.
Okay. Now they're all apart.
Now, where do we put this? No.
That's for you. You
That's
can
no, thank
keep
you. You're
that.
so kind. All right,
Okay.
now.
And we just want to look at, here, we'll put all our berries together over there.
Okay.
Okay, and we just want to see
See
who
how
has
they-
the longest stems.
probably
I guess
that, huh?
these, well, pretty well those
Yeah.
guys are a little bit shorter. So you want to take the longest one. Now you can do a balanced one, in other words, you know, 1 for 1 on each side, or you could, you know, we do have this one that has a little bit of longer stem, so you could start with him and it could be up a little higher
little
here
higher.
and a little shorter
That's
down
nice,
there.
okay.
Okay. And again, instead of just sticking that
Sticking-
straight in there, you want to bend that a little bit so it's facing you.
Sure.
Okay. Now these, some leaves have wire in. Let me see. These particular ones don't. They just have a plastic in the back. But the pine here has wire in it, so you want to bend that a little bit, and you want to give it a little curve
Yeah.
so it
So it doesn't
flows
look
with the
so
form of the wreath.
artificial, right?
Okay. And that guy. Now the only thing to this is you have to hold on to your foam block during this whole thing because it's
you
not
haven't wired
secure.
down, right? Okay. How about if I hold the foam block?
Okay. Alrighty, and that's it. Simple as that.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Now
the
you wanna-
beginning.
you
Now.
want to take one and
Oh, sure. Now I would take a shorter one,
Right.
right?
if you want
So
to
one
come
of these
down.
little. Now, would I want to put it right in there?
You could do that. You want to.
Or where would
you don't
I-
want them too lined up. So okay,
Maybe
if
to
he's
the
going
side?
to that direction, yeah, you could come
Okay.
out this direction with him.
And I need to just bend,
Right.
give them a little shape, and a little bit of this. And I would want to bend this out this way,
Yeah.
kind of like that, and just push it in here.
Right. I'll hold on to the block. There you go.
Look at that. I'm so good. Can't believe this. I'm a, do you think LeeWards could use me?
I think
Part-time
so.
job on the side. Why not? Okay. Now, should I do the same thing over here or just one down here, do you think?
If we probably did, well, we could do 2 and 1, or we could do 3 and 2.
I kind of like the 3 and 2.
Okay.
Because it's fuller.
Okay. So then we'd want to cut one down
Take
a
that
little
off.
shorter.
Whoops. Okay.
Yeah, so take him off.
Yeah, because
about
you won't
there.
need all that.
Right. Now, we don't want to
But you
toss
would-
that.
No, you would keep that for another project, right?
Okay, you want to put that guy in there.
Now, I just stick them higher, right?
There. Perfect.
Do I need to bend him a little bit?
He's good because he's facing.
Oh, he's facing out, okay.
out. Yeah.
That looks so nice. Now, do these need to be cut off?
Yeah,
or
they're
would you keep
probably
one
gonna be-
longer?
Let's see. Well, we might keep them
Oh, you'd keep it down. Now, will you put anything on that moss?
Well, if we're going to put one here, and say we put another one about here, okay, our bow
we'll cover
is
that.
here,
Okay.
and we have all those to fill in close around the bow.
Okay.
So if you noticed on the other one, we didn't see a lot of the Spanish
Larry,
moss.
how much time do we have? Okay, I just want to make sure that we
Okay.
get to show this to everybody, the full, complete.
Why don't you cut him
Cut
off
this
a
off?
little bit? Yeah.
Okay. 6 minutes. Oh boy, we got to work fast, huh?
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to put this down in here. Whoops. Help me.
We'll angle the stem that
Oh,
way.
I see. So he
Okay.
shows out this way.
Right.
Okay. And cut this one too?
Yeah, I cut him right
Same
above that.
thing.
Mhm.
Okay. Ah. There we go. Bring him up there.
You can put him right
Put
in
him
there.
right in here. Whoops. Whoops. So I have a tendency to get my fingers on the poor flour. And by the time I get it in, it looks like it's been around for a few Christmases.
Okay, that.
You just bend it a little bit,
Yeah.
right?
A little more like that.
Okay.
Okay. And I have our bow made up already.
Okay.
Okay, and you can wrap the ribbon around the wreath like the other
That would be the same.
had done, right?
Okay.
The same ribbon.
And you have a variety of ribbons at
Tons,
LeeWards. Oh,
right.
my
You'll
goodness,
be in the
I
aisle
can't-
for a while deciding.
I know.
Okay.
And you would want to pick up, because we've used the gold flowers, you'd want to pick up something on
Right.
the bow, because it all
Ties
packages
it together.
sure.
Right. So if we just stick our bow in there
And these pins are wonderful,
and
aren't they?
take a craft pin, and we're going behind there and just kind of stab
it
it in.
in.
You have to work it in because the ribbon
fit,
can be
right.
ornery. Not
Do you
want to
need
work
another
with
one?
you. Yeah. Usually about 2 will do it.
But how are we going to get the moss on there? I mean, the styrofoam, how will it stay on there?
That is just a piece of wire. Again, I can show you on this here. I took 2 pins
Okay.
and a piece
Oh, I
of
see.
wire, just long enough to wrap all the way around the back of the
so
wreath.
that secures
Right.
it. Okay. Now
Okay.
what will we do?
Well, we could add some red berries
Red
to pick
berries.
up the red. We'll
wanna
need
show
our
us?
wire cutters. Sure. Okay. And these, I'm just...
A little bit of red will add so much to it
Yeah.
too, won't it? When did you get started doing the crafts?
I guess about 4.5 years ago.
Really?
I just took a floral design class, and I had happened to be shopping in LeeWards, and they had a sign that said floral designer wanted, and
Really?
here we are, 4.5 years later.
That's great.
Okay, and these have wire all through them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and put these everywhere, and these can go out along
Just
the
fill in,
wreath.
huh?
And you would just fill in everywhere with your red berries.
Now, would you use any of these?
You could do the
Let's put
same
some of
thing.
those in, too.
Okay. Cut one of these short.
Looks so much easier when you do it. But I believe I could make this. I really believe if
Sure.
I were at home and had all of this stuff here, I could do that. And
Anybody
really,
could.
Sure, I believe that. That's
Yeah.
right. Because
Everyone's
hardest-
so afraid of this. This isn't. It's not rocket scientry.
No,
I mean,
that's
It's
right.
just your own personal taste. I mean, if you like 40 of these up one side, then
that's right.
that's
do
what
it.
you do.
And this would be a nice gift to give someone too for Christmas. wouldn't it?
Absolutely. And this is a great gift for a wedding, to give the couple
Oh,
a couple
yeah.
of these made up for the different
seasons.
seasons.
That's
Right.
a
No one ever
good
thinks of
idea.
decorations for a wedding or a shower gift.
That's
So,
right. You don't. You tend to think of that just as seasonal things.
Right.
Now, would you fill in down in here a little bit? Do you think?
Yeah.
With some more of these?
I would take
or
some
the
more
berries?
red.
Okay.
Okay. Just
Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to show this to our viewers as soon as we get it all finished so they can get a look at that. We're going to make all of these instructions to make all of this available
Right.
as people send in, and we're going to tell them in just a minute how to do that. But, oh, that's so pretty. Can't get over how pretty that is. And it's with the same wreath that we have gone through, what,
Right, all the
3 or 4 different
seasons, right.
seasons. And
find a home for this guy. That's what's great about the wire. You can put it in where you want to, and then
yeah.
bend it to where it's supposed to be.
Now, see, I had been thinking, how can I get him way back here? And how could he be sticking in here if he's way back there? But that long stem helps it a lot.
Right, and that's the idea. Some long, some short.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Beautiful. Is it finished, do you think? Do you think we need
have,
some other... We need something over here?
Yeah, we might fill in with
That's where you'd use these extra
Some
little
of our
pieces
little-
of the greens.
our
Huh?
greens, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to keep working, and we're going to show you the finished product when we come back in just a moment. Stay with us now.
Do you love watching At Home with Arlene Williams? Then be sure to check out our new YouTube channel. It's filled with classic episodes from over 20 years of At Home, and more videos are added each day. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home.
Here we are. This is beautiful, Lynn.
This is our finished project, and we don't have, now you're holding on there for dear life. We don't have our wire in there yet, and as I said, you can add little Christmas ornaments on there. You can make a kids theme one with little teddy bears. There's just everything. Or white doves are beautiful on a Christmas wreath. And
any idea what this would cost, this wreath particularly, just what you have, how you have it decorated right here?
I would say at least probably $30 if you're talking about buying it somewhere with the labor included.
But it doesn't cost near that much to make it at home.
No, I would say you could do it for probably $15 to $20.
And I think the colors would go with most people's colors in their home if they wanted to put it above a fireplace or wherever. And
the whole point of the convertible wreath is you can take it from room to room to room with just a few stems of flowers and some new ribbon. And
that's great. Well, I thank you so much. This has been most interesting to me because you've challenged me. I'm going to make some of these for Christmas gifts.
Okay, I expect to see them.
And Lynn's going to be back with us in a couple of weeks. You don't want to miss it because she's got some other interesting things that she's going to be making. And we are glad that we can bring ideas like this to you. Don't forget, everything you've seen today has been at the LeeWards Company stores. And be sure to be with us the next time because it just won't be the same without you right here at home. Bye-bye for now.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home. Thank you for watching.
Fresh produce provided by Jordan Banana, wholesalers of fresh fruits and vegetables in Trevosburg, PA. Groceries from Scozio's Shop and Save, the family stores that love serving you. Cookware provided by Woolies. Your favorite gourmet deserves the best for less at Woolly Balcony Cookware. Some of our guests stay at Almanzo's Palace Inn, your home away from home in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.